We're on your side tonight asking, are employers looking at your social media accounts? Good question. Came up today after Roseanne was canceled over a racist Twitter rant by the show's namesake star. ABC said in a statement what she said is, quote, abhorrent, repugnant, and inconsistent with our values, end quote. And that's why it decided to cancel her show. Now, a TV star's tweets are always going to get attention, but what about yours? A new study by MRI Networks found that nearly half of job seekers realize their social media presence is a factor when they're trying to get hired. And they're not wrong about that. That same study found that about 1 in 5 employers require a full review of a potential employee's social media accounts during the interview process. 18% of employers have a formalized process, while another 17% are considering doing it in the future. All right, so what are they looking for? Well, 39% say questionable content or behavior. 27% say active engagement in professional associations. 19% say offensive social or political views. Joining us now to talk more about this is Adam Canavo, HR Director for Raycom Media. We went and picked on him, brought him downstairs to talk more about this because it's a fascinating topic. It really is such a new age, social media, and now how it plays into the workforce. Are you surprised that many companies are now making really policy sort of decisions based on social media posts?
I'm a little surprised. It's challenging, and I also, sort of wonder the value, right? I think that when most people are applying for a job, whether you're a manager or otherwise, the first thing that you're assuming that the employer is looking for is your qualifications and your credentials, and I think that's absolutely the case. I think the second thing that most employers are looking for and hiring managers are looking at is whether or not you're going to fit. You hear about a culture fit or fitting in at the workplace and that sort of thing. And that must be, I think, what they're looking for in there. And I think when you look at somebody's social media profile, you're getting a really limited view.
It's not the complete picture. Something you might, in an interview process, get a lot more information from.
Definitely. Yeah, I think we all appreciate face-to-face interaction a lot more.
Yeah. But I caution my kids, all the time, be careful what you're posting. That's still probably a good policy, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. I wouldn't, you have to think about it sort of almost as public record. If you're leaving it public, for sure. If you're concerned about that, there's lots of different ways that you can make your profiles private. And I would encourage people to do that if you're concerned about it, sure.
This study was specifically looking really at executives, managers, those higher up in the company. Are they looked at differently in the hiring process than some folks maybe lower in the organizational chart?
Yeah, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I think that there probably is a little bit more scrutiny involved in the recruitment process. I don't know necessarily that reviewing social media is always a part of that, but definitely I think sometimes they're held to a higher standard because a lot of times they're representing the employer as a brand. Do
most employers, when in the hiring process, understand that there is sort of, the Jamie Bowl at work, the Jamie Bowl away from work, that we can separate those two things and they really aren't a factor in how I perform my job?
Yeah, I think most people definitely think about that, and as long as you're not doing anything that's obnoxiously, beyond the pale or illegal, I think most employers will take into consideration there's like a normal variety of human behavior that we do outside of work that doesn't necessarily indicate how you're going to behave at work.
Just to kind of wrap it up, if you are concerned about it, if you've done some things on social media in the past, not a bad idea maybe to go scrub some of that, or create 2 different accounts if you want to, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I've heard of that. Some people do that, or they'll have one account for more professional Jamie, and then another account for more personal friends and family only.
Which you can secure and make private, and that way only your friends see, and if potential employer wouldn't be able to see all of those. Adam, great stuff. Appreciate you stopping by tonight and walking us through this.
Sure.
Adam Canavo, HR Director here for Raycom Media. If you have a good question you would like us to answer, real simple, just email us, goodquestion@WBTV.com.